Jeffrey Epstein was a serial child sex offender. He died in August last year under suspicious circumstances. He committed his crimes out in the open. Many people knew of his illegal behaviour. So who were these enablers, and will the women who were violated as children get justice? Just a reminder about this podcast, the content can be disturbing.
Hello and welcome to the Prince and the Pervert Podcast. My name is Lisa Tate.
And I'm Jen Tarrant.
Now, this is the second time Jen and I have had to record the first 12 minutes of the podcast because we forgot to plug in the microphone.
Properly. That's me. It's on me. The world is upside down.
But me too.
We're just not coping well with our partners at home and our children at home doing school.
Yes, so I'm actually annoyed about the close contact I'm having with certain people in my household. So when that happened, Jen, I had a little bit of a meltdown. I didn't cry, but I said, Jen, I need sugar. And I had to go and sit in my car with the air conditioning on and watch Madonna in a milk bath. And now I feel superior and happy, and it's boosted my energy.
Well, what about Madonna singing about fried fish? We're all going crazy. We're all not really there. The world is a different place.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll tell you what, Jen knows her chocolate. You keep it in the refrigerator.
And we have massive blocks of chocolate. None of this small one person, one nibble. It's called a family block. No, it's bigger than the famous Australian Cadbury family blocks. They're double the size.
And it's important in this time.
We need to look after our mental health as well as our physical distancing.
As well as that, Jen and I are now chocked up. So it might be better, more entertaining.
We're energetic. Shall I get some wine?
Oh, my God.
Could you imagine a live broadcast while we're sipping on wine?
Do people do that?
I think we should instigate it.
I know. I listened to a podcast called Watch What Crappens, and they do live shows, and Ronnie got in trouble because he drank a couple of drinks and it just made him a bit vague and not focused. That would happen to me, I think. I get sleepy after half an hour.
I think that's me normally. But if I was drinking, I might swear even more.
You think so?
Yeah, it's me.
I'm sure people can cope with it. But anyway, let's get back to the saga of Jeffrey Epstein. Now, there have been some major bombshells in the case this week. The first is Ghislaine Maxwell, a.k.a.
Ghislaine,
the festering brains behind this despicable sex trafficking organisation. She wants to get her filthy claws all over the Epstein estate. So Jen is going to take you all through that bizarre development. Clearly, these people are not normal, Jen.
They're not normal. They're not nice. They live in a different, fractured reality to the rest of us.
Hashtag deluded. So Ghislaine also sends a message to the world again via her friend Laura Goldman. More on that later. We're also excited to say we are this week talking to Bobby Capucci from the Jeffrey Epstein Show. Yay!
We love Bobby.
And Rachel O'Brien, and she has a podcast as well, and it's called Here for a While, and she's done 2 episodes on Epstein. I recommend you listen to them because she has the perspective of a woman who's lived in London, and she kind of has some great insights on the UK royal family.
And of course, we've already been on Rachel's show before talking about Epstein.
And Rachel and I share on Instagram articles, and I'm very envious of her lockdown because not only does she have great food, she can cook really well, it's her and a boyfriend, and their house is immaculate. Okay, plus confirmation that the CIA was an Epstein backer. Duh.
Really?
Oh, really? The US Attorney General was described as Trump's boy by Epstein.
Wow. So finally something's tying Trump to this, or someone from the Republican Party, because we all know sexual abuse crosses political lines, race lines, culture, socioeconomic. But at the moment, it just seems to be focused on one side. Everyone is human.
I like to see the focus on Bill Barr because so far all he's done is institute criminal proceedings against the Epstein guards. There's details of a lawyer's creepy meeting with Epstein. But Jen, is there any other sort of meeting that you have with Epstein other than creepy?
It's not as if you go to church with him or play cards with him or dominoes.
Or eat his chocolate.
No, he wouldn't have great chocolate like I've got.
Well, he didn't like people to eat. And wasn't he vegan or something?
He was a complete germaphobe because I know he had dental chairs at his place in Palm Beach.
Didn't he have a girlfriend who's a dentist now in the US Virgin Islands?
That's right, yes. So he couldn't go to the dentist. The dentist had to come to him. I suppose if you were that frightened of germs, you'd set up your own dental practice at home.
If I was that frightened of germs, I would not have a shower for 10 people. That's not social distancing.
No.
There's a new book out by the lawyer of more than 20 victims in the Epstein case, so I cannot wait for that one. I would like to announce the wonderful news that we have a hater on Instagram. Do-do-do-do. The other day, my friend Mrs. Woog from the Hot Flush podcast said it was like 2013 all over again. She had a hater on her blog.
See, I missed all that. I'll have to catch up later with that gossip.
Oh, it was a thing for a while. Someone told me to go kill myself on my old blog. I was like, okay, random person on the internet. But first, I want to get into these details of our harasser. Now, they said to me, the same day as Mrs. Woog's time travel back to 2013, that we are, Jen, and they did, I don't want to judge, but they used the wrong "you're."
Really? That straight away points out that they're not on our level.
Yes, well, that's interesting in light of this. You really are a nasty harasser. Leave His Royal Highness alone if you have any class.
We have plenty of class.
I think class is used to actually, it's a shorthand for who's in the gang and who's not.
Social construct?
I think it's a social construct that reinforces the top 1%. There's rules.
Yet in Australia, our society, where there are some people who are classist, but most of us just call those people wankers.
Yeah, knob jockeys.
Knob jockeys, yep.
I said back to them, I have zero class, so I will continue doing so until he's arrested.
See, if you're going to throw stones at someone, saying you've got no class, you're bad, you should go kill yourself, whatever, spell it correctly.
Jen, take us down the path of the Epstein saga with Ghislaine and the Virgin Islands and his estate.
Well, it broke last Wednesday. Well, she actually turned up, or some underling went to court in the Virgin Islands last Wednesday, so the day after our podcast.
Not that anyone knows where she is, technically.
Allegedly. So there was 5 days left to file, and she managed to get some underling to file her claim against the Epstein estate. As far as we know, the only person who will benefit from it, the way he wrote it, is his brother Mark. But Ghislaine now wants money because apparently, allegedly, even though he never put it in writing, he assured her he would continue to pay all her legal fees after his arrest because she would be dragged into it, as she should be. So she's saying that he was going to pay all her legal fees. But now, of course, she needs money for her personal security because she's getting threats.
Yeah, right.
Oh, bugger off.
No one knows where you are, so how are you getting these threats? Are they coded?
I don't know. Maybe someone bought stickers and sent it to her.
Well, I've got an announcement to make. On our Threadless store, about 2 weeks ago, we sent off 2 stickers to Prince Andrew's ex-wife, Fergie. And yesterday I got an email saying that they've been posted and they're on their way to London.
Bloody brilliant.
Because there was a delay. Everything's delayed at the moment. Ghislaine, I've got some info here that relates to what you're saying. Epstein wired her $100,000 before he died, and Sarah Kellen, who was her lieutenant, got $250,000.
Hang on a minute. She got more than the boss, Ghislaine?
Yes.
Oh, that'd piss her off. So she's claiming that he said he'd help her out. 2 days before he allegedly suicided, he rewrote his will. Not a mention of Ghislaine, not a mention of legal fees, nothing. So she's carrying on that she needs a slice of it. Sorry, the victims should have massive slices of it. So far, they've accounted 636.1 million. That's a huge amount. And we all know there's more because he was a financial genius. We'll give him that. And
Could you imagine how many Ghislaine pinatas that you would be able to buy with a slice of that estate?
It'd be so much fun whacking the hell out of those.
Wouldn't it? And we could get a Dershowitz one with its undies on.
The Y fronts, as we Australians call old men undies.
And a Prince Andrew.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
We need to do that.
One?
I'm going to look into that.
If we can get a company to make us pinatas that look like people.
You can do personalised ones.
Oh, it is on. Tweet us if you've got an idea of who we should do and who we should send these pinatas to.
Shout out secret artist.
So she's carrying on and she wants it. But quite frankly, I think this isn't just about the money. She knows the Netflix series is coming out and Virginia's going to be on that series. She's been working with producers. We know other survivors are involved. I think this is also about Ghislaine trying to get some sympathy, change the monologue about her, that, oh, she was a victim too, and she stated in this thing that she had no involvement in or knowledge of Epstein's alleged misconduct. Oh, bullshit. So she's seeking reimbursement for security costs, saying she receives regular threats to her life and safety. Crimea River, play that little violin. You shouldn't have hands on it. Now, when the news hit Twitter, it exploded. So I went through and threw up some of the really good stuff that turned up on Twitter onto our blog spot, which is jeffreyepsteinpodcast.com.
I told you I was going to get a decent URL eventually.
She's on fire, this girl. Lisa is on fire. So I highlighted some of them, threw them up. But one of the best tweets in regards to it came from Virginia, one of the survivors. And this is what she wrote. Memo to GM. How dare you play the victim card when you victimise me and countless others? You are a vile, evil, sadistic creature, not even worthy of calling a human being. I hope the judge ruling over this laughs you out of court and into jail. Now, my reaction to this was, great, okay, let her fall. But get the judge in the Virgin Islands to make her turn up in person to court. That way, you can arrest her, extradite her to the US, and the FBI can question her, charge her, whatever. This is one way of finding the woman.
Isn't she saying now, Ghislaine, that is, via Laura Goodman, her minion, that she was a victim of Epstein too? Oh, come on.
Why would Ghislaine, who, to give her credit, she's a smart woman, why would she be using Laura as her